And it looks like we're live.
Oh no, who could have done this to them?
Who could have goddamn done this? And all the audio looks correct. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the goddamn show. We're here to play Weird Frontiers in the campaign setting, the Chained Coffin. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's do some introductions and we'll do a little recap because I think this is the first Chained Coffin session where everyone has been here. I think. I don't remember. Yeah. Dan, who you playing?
I am the Dan, and I'm playing Flint Mason. And I got fun little devices and things
Yeah.
that help me do stuff.
Yeah.
Playing our Bedlamite.
Oh, there you go. Lots of cool inventions. Bert, who you playing, man?
I'm playing Tater. I'm the group's hellbilly, connoisseur of fine alcohols and some not so fine.
Sounds right. Sounds right. Joe, what about you?
Yeah, I'm playing Tomatthew, our Tommy Knocker. Used to be an innkeeper. Now he's dead and isn't staying dead. So
It's a strong theme with this party so far.
yeah.
All right, well, hop
Chaos?
on. Not being dead.
Hmm.
Yeah. We'll hop on down. Eddie, who you playing, man?
I am playing Dorian, the party's sin eater, risen from the spirit world, inhabiting this body. Gonna take it for a spin, use it for some fun, super fun good times. Try and retire some souls.
There you go. Jake.
I will be playing Marvin Mann, aka Mr. Mann, a former carnival strongman who has since died and come back as a Void Ranger.
Yeah. Void Ranger is one of the new classes that you can pick up on. It's in the Kickstarter, right, Bert? And let's find...
Sure is. Last Stop Perdition.
Yep.
It is a new character class that you can play.
There's the link to the Kickstarter in the chat. Check it out. 20 days to go. And Jeremy, who are you playing?
Playing Mortimer. Used to be an undertaker and used to the dead going underground, but this is fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm a gunslinger, but not too successful at that, so I just added some sabers onto my shotgun, so now I'm more of a gunswinger.
Yeah. Gunslinger. You've been pretty successful as a gunswinger so far.
That's got me that double sabered shotgun.
Yeah. There you go. All right. That's the crew. So, last session, you all, if memory serves me correctly, started heading up towards the Yonder Mountains. Rumors of people going missing, old gold mines, things like that. Along your way, you came across a small village. The village was pretty well trashed, and there was a small church. And that small church was surrounded by Gunswinger, the upside down pineapple. Okay, that's an option. By dead poke, by zombies. You all got your butts kicked, but eventually came out on top. You recuperated a little bit. Mr. Man got Mr. Dead. And it's fine, though. He's back. And you all escorted those poor remaining villagers who were hiding in the church to Lazy Creek. And last session, we left off with you all arriving in Lazy Creek, kind of turning over the people you were protecting, and receiving word the Lazy Creek has had a few dead poke attack over the past few days. And they kind of pointed you at the direction of a spot where they were setting up a little mining camp down a little river a ways. And yeah, that's where I'll
I did
turn
a
it.
good job of looking at him with my fancy
Your
helmet.
fancy eyes, because yeah, you passed by the area. Yeah. And I guess I'll turn it over to all of you. We'll start up in Lazy Creek. Everyone's here. What do you all want to do? Do you just want to turn right back around and head back to that mining camp?
I think we need some healing, don't we? A lot of us were beaten up pretty bad.
Yeah, that's certainly not a problem. They've got clergy here who could do a little touch of the magical healing, as well as they've got themselves an old-fashioned doctor who may be able to patch some people up as well.
I'm gonna see if I can roll higher than the 3 to tinker on the gun.
Okay, yeah, that's an intelligence test.
Hey,
What you rolled? 17, that's good.
Not
So what is
bad.
that? That's
Yeah.
3 cards?
3 cards.
yep. I just had to learn to calibrate, not so much for the. It's for not to have misfire on the stats. That's my problem.
Yeah. All right. So who here needs some healing? Tater, that's 1 card.
Surprisingly enough, I don't.
Okay. Pulling some cards out. Let's tell you what, Tater, are you hurt?
Yeah. Get rid of 1 more.
I do not appear to be. It looks like I got healing at the end of last session.
Okay. The nun did do a little bit of healing. Mr. Man,
I was
you
not
just
here last session, so
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Mr. Man, you made it back in from your spirit timeout, so I think you're good. Dorian, Mortimer, how are you two doing?
I'm actually pretty solid. I'm partially responsible for how bad that went. I didn't take any damage, but I did a lot of damage to my teammates.
Well, I mean,
I
it's a multi-step process, figuring out how to deal the damage and then figuring
And
out
then
how
who
to
to,
deal the damage to the right.
Yeah. I figured I learned the first step. I get that real fast.
Yeah, you did. Dorian, how are you doing? Hurt any?
I actually got some healing last time, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm topped up.
All right. So yeah, if you want to do a little recuperation, a little preparation here at Lazy Creek, they've got a little tavern, a little inn. They don't have rooms for everyone, but there is a large, they're used to the mining folk coming through and just paying. They got a room that's got about 8 beds in it. They'd be more than happy to rent that out to you for the night.
Don't we have some alcohol we can sell? Get us some
Yeah.
pocket money.
You do, because you've got, 3 barrels?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, 2 to sell, 1 for us.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely fair.
I do expect to be reimbursed my $4 investment, though.
That shouldn't be a problem. I mean, that's between you and Tater, but
Yeah, I think we all chipped in something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Let's sell this. See what we can get.
absolutely. Let's get the. Oh, it's always where
Inventin' ain't free.
is the Sundaries table? We're getting closer. Beer. Here we go. Okay. So you're selling barrels of whiskey. I'll tell you what, they'd be willing to buy those. They'll go $10 a barrel.
Okay. We paid, what, 4 a barrel, I think?
Yeah.
For a barrel. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So yeah, if you sell off 2, that's $20.
Mm-hmm.
Getting yourself a decent room for all of you. They would charge $2 for the lot of you to put you all up in their big kind of group room for the night.
Well, unfortunately, my pockets are largely imaginary, so this will have to come out of the booze money.
Yeah, I figure we
Yeah.
can reimburse people our booze money, then pay for
We'll call it party
pay for our
funds.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and give it back everybody their investment. We got our party funds, and we can
Sounds
sleep
like
in a bed tonight,
yeah. Let's see. So,
or at least a floor with a roof.
yeah. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make a handout. We're going to label this party funds and give everyone permission to it.
Party
It should-
budget.
There should be $6 left in it.
All right. And as a reminder, we are setting on 2 banked rerolls, 2 boosts, and I have a complication.
Yay.
No.
So yeah, there's the party funds document. Whoever's tracking that, you can store it there. That way everyone can see it. Yeah. The town's been, since the few dead that's shown up, after dark, the town pretty much dies off. No one's really going out. There is patrols kind of going around. Not so much walking the streets, but they got people like stationed up on some of the roofs of some of the buildings here and there. Just keeping an eye out on things.
Mm.
And it's maybe, let's roll this out. Okay, I'll keep note of that. So what are you all doing throughout the evening and overnight?
Probably not a lot. I mean, just trying to relax.
Okay.
They still got a public house. I'm gonna do some drinking with those folks that are still here and try to get the lay of the land,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stories,
that
everything that's
same-
going on.
Are we in that same first town or somewhere else
No,
now?
you're in a.
No.
You started off in Ugly Bottom, and you've
Mhm.
made your way kind of north to Lazy Creek. So if you're in
Yeah.
audience, you're not able to see this, but Joe, if you look, I've got the little "You are here" marker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think this one is
I forgot the
closer
name
to the
of it.
mine that we think the dead came from.
It is.
So Mortimer will help out with keeping watch.
Okay. Yeah.
Just get up on the
Good.
horse. Horse can outpace any of these things.
Quite true.
I'd probably be looking for any restless spirits that need help passing on.
Okay. Yeah. We can handle that too. All right. So let's start out with Bert. You were going to do some drinking.
Well, mostly the talking.
The
Drinking's
talking.
always happening.
Drinking's
It's the
always been
talking that's special.
Yeah. So as you're doing some drinking and some talking, you get some information. One, I'm going to give you some information on the immediate area, and then I'll probably have you give me a personality test, and we'll see if you can find any additional information. So the first thing that you're coming across is, a small company set up a mining camp down Lazy Creek. They're hoping to find gold in the riverbed, because that river's coming down off of yonder mountains, and coming down off the mountains, usually it's got some good flake in it. Their plan is, or at least what they did, is they dammed up a portion of the river. So they made a small little artificial lake, and they've been working on it for a while, laying logs, getting that thing fixed up. Since the dead started attacking, they haven't heard anything from that mining camp. But yeah, it was small camp, made a dam, blocked off river so they could get to the riverbed a lot easier. The real piece of information here is going to be that there are rumors that there were some bad folk ages ago that got they were worshiping some dark evil things. Some local do-gooders and a couple priests came in and convinced them to see the light. By convince them, they did it at gunpoint. Put the whole little group down, this little church. And rather than putting them to rest, just scattered their bodies into that river. And so people are predicting, like, I bet it's the ghosts of them bad folk. Their grave, their resting space has been disturbed, and that's what caused the dead to rise up. And if you want to give me a personality test, we'll see if you can find out any additional information about the area. 16 is
16.
very good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, you actually get some information because you're not too far off from the Yonder Mountains. It tells you, the Yonder Mountains are not strangers to danger. Oh, snap.
Oh my goodness.
There was, it was like 40 years ago. There's a character by the name of Shane the Blighted. He was a sellsword, bandit, plunderer. I mean, all the bad things. And he set up camp up in the Yonder Mountains in his search for gold and riches. Caused all sorts of trouble in the area. Yeah. Let's see. There's a little more to that. And it looks like they do say that he crossed some kind of magic man. And found an unfortunate fate. And ever since then, the Yonder Mountains have kind of been considered cursed. And yeah, not, maybe a month or so ago, a small group of brave young men decided they were going to go find that treasure too. Never returned. And a few small villages in the area around the Yonder Mountains, just all the population, just overnight vanished. So there's something bad happening over yonder in the Yonder Mountains.
That does sound bad.
Yeah. All right.
How about any local rumors?
Of the town itself, not a
Yeah.
whole lot. So you do get that there used to be a small library. And this small library, I mean, it closed out maybe 20 years ago. Because the librarian was one of them free thinkers. She believed in
not the
education
free thinkers.
is never bad. And she brought in a lot of books that offended some of the locals. Some, French adult stories that kind of went against the town sensibilities. And even some books that directly offended the local clergy, some of the more religious folk. And eventually she got chased out of town. But sadly, on her way out of town, her wagon threw a wheel, dumped her and her naughty books right off a cliff. And ever since she found her unfortunate death, that old library of hers, people still hear the sounds of, books moving around. Yeah, it's haunted. They don't like going around there. It's definitely bad news. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Just reading materials just to go lost like that.
You'll definitely get a little bit. You could talk to a couple of people like, yeah, I remember, in my younger days, I went and I got a couple of them books, brought them home for my wife to read. And I got to tell you, I was a fan. Let her read those books, and she was a whole new woman. But yeah, sadly, the more prudish members of the community managed to chase her out. Accident met her untimely death, and since then, people still swear that she's in that old library.
I bet it was an accident.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, just enjoy the evening. Talk to folks.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Hey, any
yeah.
a bounty being offered to clear up this slight undead problem that you might be having here? I mean, if some folks were able to, stop things like that from happening.
So
I'd
yeah.
like a little pass the hat around, maybe.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. So you're asking this kind of in the tavern. They're like, if you go speaking that out too loud, the priest here in town, he'll get mighty mad because he says there ain't no ghosts and the only spirit is the Holy Spirit. But some of the others, they'd be willing to, because I mean it's a good building. It's not a big building. You know, a couple of rooms larger than a regular house. They could turn it into a shop. There's even supposedly still books in there, but no one's brave enough to go in and get them. Yeah, you know what? They'd be willing to throw in, you know, if you can get that ghost problem taken care of and get it, they're pretty sure that the teacher in town's got a small discretionary fund. And she'd be willing to probably pay some money to have access to the good books that are in there. And maybe she can move out of the small one room and have, you know, a little more space for her students.
Well, I will bring it up to my game of miscreants, and we'll see if we can't clear out solve your little problem here.
Sounds mighty good.
And you know, we'd be glad to take some of them filthy books out of your hands too. We'll just move those right along.
Yeah, if you find any of those, it's best if they just disappear. If not, this whole problem will spin up all over again.
Yeah, they'll disappear.
Y'all are going to be booze and smut peddlers before we know it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So Tater had that long conversation. Tomathew or Flint, you two doing anything?
Tomathew's always trying to do the night shift at the whatever the local inn is.
Oh, you're
default. Working? Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an agility test.
Okay.
Yeah, you start working a little bit, maybe you accidentally break a plate or two, so they're like, we'll still have you work, but you're in the back washing dishes.
Okay.
And with that, your total pay for the night, it's going to be $1.
That's $1 more than I had.
Yeah. And yeah, you were hoping to get out, do some serving, pour some drinks. It definitely would have paid better, but, you know, maybe just still a little shook from everything that's happened so far.
That's
Flint?
fair.
Maybe there's something around here that needs a little fixing. That way I can make a little extra money.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. You kind of ask around a little bit. You actually find, a small general store. Here recently, they had a shipment of some, copper goods, some kettles, some cups. Got banged around a little hard. It's not technical work, but it is work that you could do.
Taking some dents out of things.
Yeah. You can go and give me your repair test.
I think that's intelligence.
Should be intelligence plus your level. 10?
That would be an 11 if we
11?
add my level to it.
All right. Give me a second here. You're going to make, that's going to be $3.
Ooh, you get rich.
Yeah. All right. We're going to hop down to the bottom row. We got Dorian, Mr. Man, and Mortimer. Mortimer, you're taking watch. You're going to be patrolling the town. So we will handle your bit last. Dorian, you were looking for restless ghosts, and Tater would definitely come back with the information about the ghost of the old librarian.
That's where I'm heading then. I got one job on this earth, and that's to put souls to rest.
Okay. Not a problem. We'll handle that. Mr. Man, what would you be up to?
About this librarian, would you say she's otherwise a healthy-looking lady, despite the fact that she's dead?
Well, no one's brave enough to really go in to the library.
Well, maybe, I can schmooze, smooth things over to make the whole dispelling of the ghost from the library a little easier.
Okay. So it sounds like Dorian and Mr. Man are heading to the library. Flint is doing some copper work. Tomathew's washing some dishes. Tater's drinking, talking. Tater, if you want, you could break. Yeah,
But Tater would have had to have told them about the library thing, I
Yeah.
think, so he'll go along after.
go with him. All right. And Mortimer, would you tag along with them to the library, or kind of keep working your patrol, your route around town?
No, I'll probably work right around town.
Okay.
If they are all clustered into a room, I'm more likely to shoot one of them, from what I've learned.
Yeah. So yeah, Tater, Mr. Man, Dorian, you head towards the edge of town. You see the old library. It has a sign out front of it. Paint's faded. Wood is cracked from no one tending to it. You can see it's not a large building, maybe 2 to 3 rooms. No taller than your regular house. The windows and the doors have all been boarded up from the outside. And there's a crude hand-painted sign hanging off a nail on the front door. And there's 2 things on the sign. One, it says, "Warning, haunted." And 2, you see on the corner of that sign hanging off the nail, you see that there. Did it pop up for you guys? Yeah.
The spooky V triangle symbol. I'd recognize that nowhere.
Now Tater would recognize it because in the funnel, that house you ran into had that carved into the front of it.
I think that just means it's an Airbnb.
It's exactly what it means. Mm-hmm.
They've got a vacancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I flip it the other way around when it's occupied.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. If
That's what the V's for.
That's what the V's for. Anyway, so yeah, you also see that painted on the corner of the sign. Kind of small, inconspicuous. What do you all do?
Nothing, because I'm not there.
Nothing. You're fixing teapots.
I'm going in.
All right.
Yeah. Is this happening while I'm doing dishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless one of them said, "Hey, we're gonna go solve mysteries. Do you wanna?"
We probably would have checked in with everybody just to make sure nobody's missing out.
Sure, that's fair then. All right. So
Yeah, I would
Flint.
tag along.
Yeah. All right.
Without
Tomathew's
Flint.
tagging along. Flint, would you tag along?
If I were done dishing, then probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll allow. No need to. And Mortimer's still working patrol around town. Good news is Mortimer's out and about. So if shit hits the fan, more than likely Mortimer would hear your pleas for help.
Mhm. I don't really want to wash dishes because my hands don't really prune anymore. They just kind of fall off. So
yeah. That's fair. That's
probably
fair.
not a good idea.
Little flakes of dead skin end up in some of the cups.
Why
Yeah.
do-
Delicious.
Probably gonna be worse off.
Why do
if
all
I
these
touch it.
dishes taste like old hot dogs?
Well,
Why don't they? I believe is what you mean to ask.
So yeah, it's boarded up, windows and doors. Dorian, if you're going in, you're gonna have to spend 5-10 minutes ripping planks off before you can get to the door.
That's not hard. I can use my sword to just kind of pry it like a pry bar.
Sure, not a problem. We don't need a roll. You're not under duress. Yeah, you're all kind of hanging out watching Dorian do this work. And
Good, responsible people.
I'll help.
Well,
Okay.
if Mr. Man's going in, I'm gonna get out my mouth harp and play me a little hoedown, give you some inspiration.
Nice. Very good.
Somebody won't stop honking their horn outside my window.
Uh-oh.
That's nice.
It's not coming
Yeah.
through the stream, so
Well, that's good at least.
yeah,
They're excited about us going in this building.
they are.
They're
They're
trying to tell
warning
us there's
you.
a ghost in here.
Yeah. As last board comes away, you've got access to the door. Tater, is that good or bad having a 2 on your ballad die?
Well, it's a +2 for their
Nice.
saves and such.
Very cool. You go to turn the knob and open the door. It is locked.
All right. I'm assuming this being boarded up for some time, probably wouldn't be that hard for me to use my sword to pry open the door as well, locked or not.
You certainly can. I will call for a strength test here.
Okay.
It's not
14.
Oh, that's very good. Absolutely no problem. You get your sword put in the right spot, give it a push, a little twist, and yeah, you break the wood around the bolt, and you're able to push it open. The door swings open. You're greeted to the interior of an old, dusty library. Shelves. It's pretty well packed with shelves here and there. Shelves, you know, it's maybe like there's like 25% of the total books that could be in here. There's still, you know, several dozen books kind of on various shelves here or there. You move in, I'm presuming.
Yep. Slowly, cautiously, but I
Yeah.
do move in.
Yeah, as you're kind of moving in, you can see there's a couple side rooms. One of them, you can kind of look, seems like it was set up as like a little study area, like a small classroom. And the other side room had curtains over the doorway. So no actual doorway, but the little side room curtains kind of blocking sight into that room.
So I think what I'll do is I'm going to activate my soul sense so I can try and see just kind of anything that's interacting with the near kind of
Sure.
within my eyesight while I walk around here.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, AMPZND, thank you for that raid. That's fantastic of you. Yeah, do you need to roll anything to activate that, or does it just pop off?
No, it's just I believe it's just an activation.
Okay.
Yeah, just takes one round to activate.
Yeah, absolutely. You activate that, and you do get the pick. There's definitely otherworldly actions going on here. Something's in the area. Let's take a look and see what all information I want to give you off this. Give me just a moment.
What do your special eyes see?
What do your special eyes see?
My brand.
And this is your soul sense.
What
It's as if he's trying to bring down the whole mountain.
Lasts a turn. Oh, can see into the near as if it were superimposed.
Yeah, it just kind of gives me a ghostly HUD so I can just see what's going on.
Yeah.
Without actually stepping into the near.
You pop up your ghostly HUD, and you can see that the library is changed with the superimposition. You can see that there are far more books on the shelves, books that must exist completely in the near. And you can actually see setting behind kind of the desk in the center of the library is a youngish woman, neck twisted painfully to the side, going over paperwork, something that she's doing behind the desk.
Ah. Does she notice me?
No, she doesn't seem to notice you.
Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll very slowly approach the desk, and as I get close, I'll kind of kneel down in front of the desk. You know, kind of lowering my head just a little bit out of respect, and just tell her, "Young miss, I'm here to send you home."
Back to Albuquerque, or wherever you come from.
She looks up at you. And how am I going to put it? She's going to respond to you. You come to take her home. First thing is she will shush you. Inside voice. People are studying.
I apologize. I am so sorry.
Second, I am home. Look, you can see all of my books are here. And as long as I have my books, I'm always exactly where I want to be.
Oh, but miss, there's such a better place for you to go to with books farther and wider than these shelves can offer.
No. I've got all of my books, and she stands up, moves out from behind the desk, walks up and picks a book up. Look, one of my favorites. Why would I go anywhere when I have this right at hand? Now, you looking through your spirit sense would see that she picks up a book that only exists in the near, not one of the actual physical books in the material world. She sets it back. She walks over. She straightens out one of the books, the physical books that has fallen over. The rest of you would see the book just stand back up from where it had fallen over on the shelf.
Magic. Yay.
Well, it doesn't seem like she's very willing to go.
She's not super willing at this point. You definitely get she's very happy. If you wanted to try and convince her, give her a little more, get some additional information, you could give me a personality test.
I will do that.
Yeah.
18.
You're knocking it out so far today. Yeah, you talk with her, trying to convince her.
As I'm talking to her, I'll kind of walk through and help straighten up the physical books that I can actually interact with.
And she seems
quietly,
to be,
of course.
Yeah. And eventually, as you're doing that, kind of walking around, talking with her, she just passes directly through the curtains into the side room. And when she gets in there, you can see that she kind of slumps a little bit with her broken, twisted neck, sighs like, this is my personal collection. I do lend them out to the town, but sadly some of them were never returned. And I just haven't had the energy to go and collect my overdue books.
Do you remember, miss, who you lent them to? Perhaps I could help.
Absolutely. I keep it in my catalog. I always check these books out and record who I check them out to. There's 3 that I'm missing. And
well, I would be happy to offer assistance.
I just can't find the energy to go knock on their doors. I don't know what it's been here recently. But yeah, just the front desk, look at my ledger. You'll see. Checked out, never returned.
Got a bad case of being a ghost.
Yeah, I'll go, over to the front desk and see if I can find the ledger.
Yeah. It's not a problem. You can find the ledger.
And I'll ask her, do you mind if I take this with me so I can find these books for you?
Well, repeat that question for me again.
I would ask her if I could take the ledger with me so I could go collect the books.
No, she won't let you take it with her.
Is there a scrap of paper or something I could write down?
Yeah, she's got some paper.
Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
You can record
That's
the
all
names.
I really need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a blank library card.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you look. Give me a moment here. There's 3 missing books. The first book, title, Ride Somewhere Untested, Cowboy. And it was checked out to Maxine Sarandon. You just get the name, the date that it was checked out, maybe 5-6 years ago. Hopefully that jives with the dates I already gave you. If not, I'm altering it. The second book give me a moment. Oh, we're going to call this book A Tormented Bride for the Courageous Cowboy. And this was checked out to Stan Stanenson. And the
His
final
middle
book,
name is Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley
Mhm.
Stanenson.
Yeah. Oh, let's find what this last book is. We're going to call this we got to find a good one. The Art of the Tingle.
That one might be a little less subtle.
Yeah. And that was checked out by a Mr. Charles T. Ingle. You got names and you got the name of the books.
It's good enough to work
And-
on, right?
Yep. I'll gather the rest of the guys and we'll very quietly and respectfully leave and shut the door as best we can so that we don't let a draft in to weather
Sure.
the books any more than they already have been.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. You close up. You're all outside. Mortimer, you're kind of running your rounds. You would see your party leave the library unfazed, uninjured. What's your next steps here?
I will relay the information to the rest of the party. Say there is a soul here that needs to be put to rest. Gentlemen, we have a job to do. Let us find these books for the young miss so that I can send her home properly.
We picked up on some of that from like the one-sided conversation you seem to be having with the corner over there.
Yeah, she was a real nerd.
She is very
Yeah.
gentle and confused. I do not believe she knows that she is dead. But I think if we help her with this task, she may be willing to move on peacefully.
Sounds fair to
She
me.
didn't actually say she'd move along, did she?
No, but I get the idea that she is holding on to something. It may be that it's just these books that are missing.
But I don't know. I mean, if I myself were a bookworm and I had departed this mortal coil and I was stuck in a house full of ghostly books that only I could see, I think I would never leave. Myself.
Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it, as you say.
You know what I'm worried about? Late fees.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, those late
Bookbuster gets you
fees.
every time.
What would 6 years of late fees be?
Oof. Yeah.
Everything. Everything.
Well, letting folks be on a route that might take us up towards the mine. I'd say we weigh out the hunting for people that got late fee books versus, undead will come up in this town and eat folk.
Yeah. One's
If
certainly a
she's
little
seeming
more.
pretty calm right now, I'd go for the Walking Dead first.
She is in no danger. She poses no risk to anyone else. I see no reason to be hasty with this task.
Right. But yeah, keep our eyes peeled for it.
I
If
mean,
nothing
several
else,
years
just 'cause
late
it's
as it
polite.
is. So.
Agreed.
Zombie hunting first.
All right, so I'll probably have the majority of you return uneventful evening. You've got your tasks. There's anything else you want to do before you retire for the night, we can get to that, but we're going to hop over to Mortimer, walking his rounds. It's maybe 3 hours in. Your friends have all gone after the library thing to do whatever they're going to do. And as your patrol, you do see every now and then other people up on the roofs with their long guns, just keeping an eye for things. You're the only one down on the streets, riding on your horse. Go ahead and give me an intelligence test.
Okay.
Is it a zombie or a drunk?
Same difference? I'll feel less guilty. Okay. Intelligence, there you are. Yay! I'm the worst watchman ever.
As you look down a side alley, oops, I did not mean to do that, but that's okay. You see someone stumbling in your direction, uneven gait, arms hanging slack at their sides, just dragging their feet as they move towards you. It's dark, a little hard to see them.
All right, you drunk? You dead?
I don't think I'm dead. Are you?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk. I'm real. Oh, God. As he just spins a little bit, doubles over, and just yaks all over the ground.
Well, you have a great night there, sir.
Yep. See you later.
Mm-hmm.
Then do you continue your rounds?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I didn't shoot him.
Yeah, I agree. Moment
Not
later.
yet. There's always time.
Almost out of earshot, you hear, are you drunk too? Hey. What? Oh. I mean, I guess no one's. Ah!
Oh, God damn it. I'll go riding back.
Yeah, you go riding back. You can see this drunk that you were staring at or talking to is falling over backwards, laying on the ground. And you can see that there's another person bent over him with the majority of this dude's kneecap in its mouth, just biting, chewing, blood spurting everywhere. Help me! This feller was trying to give me a good time, but it's a bad time.
Okay. Well, clearly I know what I need to do, and that is not shoot. I need to come riding in on the horse for the speed and then try and stab it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
Basically jousting for the most part.
Yeah.
The most awkward way possible. All right, so I'll roll my 3 first. Okay, the D will pop off so long as I hit him.
Yeah.
And then double saber shotgun.
What's the grenade?
God bless it.
That's
Am I gonna skewer this poor dude on the ground?
Oh, I'm trying to remember the rules for Gunslinger. Do you actually get the bad effect when you crit fail?
It depends, I think, whether you have
'Cause
real
I'm not-
ammo in there or not.
I'm not shooting. I'm doing the
Yeah.
stab.
We're gonna roll out
Oh,
a melee crit.
I'm not sure about doing melee, though. I never did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
Everything's
doing
fine.
gunslinging wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your fumble die for me.
Looks like I got 2 total. 3 minus the 1 for
Oh,
luck.
did it roll it there? Okay.
Mhm.
It sure did. You got a 2 total. Horribly wrong. Slip or trip on something. You got to make me a reflex save.
Oh, good. Kind of overextend, trying to stab it.
Yeah.
Reflex save. Wow, I am hot on the dice tonight.
You overextend yourself as you swing down trying to swipe at this. You go tumbling off of your horse, landing hard on the ground. You roll a few times and realize you've come to rest in this pile, well, where this man recently, you're in some drunk cowboy puke. And with that commotion, this dead poke stands up, turns. You can see now this person's wearing like workman's clothes. He's got overalls. He's got a hard hat on. He's got bits of leg flesh hanging out of its mouth. I think that you and I and this dead poke are going to roll some initiative.
Oh, good.
Give me just a moment here.
Let's see.
And turn.
It's not my token. That's okay.
And turn. All right. Go ahead and roll your initiative.
Trying to remember what's the. Oh, I get to add the intelligence thing. So I'll just roll reflexes because it'd be the same as what my initiative would be.
Okay. 18. Very good. You get to go first.
All right, fine. I'll shoot it.
Okay. You shoot.
And I'll go for the kneecap in one.
Okay. Taking it down.
Oh,
Dirty
okay.
20
There
to
you
hit.
go.
Oh, and your dead die. So you're going to take this thing's legs out from underneath of it.
Do what? 14 damage? That
Yeah,
works.
you blow both of this thing's knees off. You've got your shotgun. You level your shots. Both legs from above the knee, just above the knee down, just evaporate in a spray of pellets. It collapses to the ground. You can see it's definitely phased, but it's still got like a hand kind of reaching out towards you, uselessly grabbing at the dirt. Yeah. So on its turn, it's dead, but undead. So yeah, you follow around to your turn and you can easily just put it out. We don't need to roll for that. Oh, thanks, buddy. That thing done bit my leg off.
What?
As
I'll
he
look over.
stands up, and you can see this dead poke just ripped out the front of this guy's kneecap. And as he kind of pulls himself, you can see his leg from the knees just swinging like a bar door.
Yeah, how about I'm going to give you a hand up onto the horse and ride you over to the church, okay?
Okay. Yeah, you leave a trail of blood from this guy's spewing leg. Drop him off at the church, get him settled in, and clergy there start tending to him.
I'll go find a creek and start trying to rinse off like my reasonably nice clothes.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
covered in
it's
vomit.
not a problem. All right. With that, the rest of your night is uneventful. You're able to retire without any other trouble for the evening. The rest of you, are you doing anything else after the library or calling it.
Probably not for me.
Probably just resting up.
Calling it a night.
What's that?
Calling it a night.
All right. Next morning rolls around. The tavern that you're at, your fee that you paid for the room does include breakfast. So you would head down and they got some fresh baked bread, eggs, some bacon, coffee. And yeah, you start your day off. People filter in from across town to get their breakfast here. And yeah, strangest thing is in the night, one of the nuns, she must have run off or something like that. The threat of all the dead in the area must have scared her. Nowhere to be seen. And you would recognize Mortimer, the nun, would be the name of the nun that you dropped that dude off with.
Oopsie whoopsie.
Nothing bad happened.
Well, I mean,
No.
none of us had
Nothing
anything
bad.
funny happen to us when we got bit, right?
No, not that you're aware of. Although you did have someone do some healing on you. Some magical blessed healing right after.
I dropped a fella off with that there nun last night. I thought they would do the whole magic healing thing. Maybe I ought not have assumed. I just really wanted to clean the vomit off of myself, and I think I've made a huge mistake.
Well, I'm sure that nun's in a better place, or not.
What are y'all gonna do?
Well,
Heading out to the mining camp? Looking for books?
perhaps that's none of my business, but let's get on looking for zombies.
I mean,
Check
maybe
out
at
that
least-
mining camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel inclined just to do a quick. I mean, I'll do it on horseback, just real quick to see if there's any sign.
Okay.
Because she'd be able to outrun the thing if it is that kind of a situation.
Yeah.
You'd hope.
Intelligence test.
Just and if I don't see some, that's fine. But I feel obliged to at least make an effort to look. 'Cause that's bad on me.
It's a good roll. Yeah, you do a walk around the church, and you can see there's no signs of footprints or anything, but some heavy drag marks with some, looks like someone dragged themselves along on their belly down the steps of the church and kind of off towards, we'll call it off towards the north. Heading out of town, opposite direction of where you need to go for that mining camp.
Well, at least he was moving slow, so she got away from him. Well, that's for those of us who are still, breathing. That'd be good for us to remember to get some of that there magical healing in case you get bit.
Okay. Yeah. You all load up after that bit of information. And it sounds like you're heading south, heading down to that mining camp. You know where it is. It's an easy trip. No sign of the undead on your ride down there. And yeah, as you're coming up, you take that little side route where Flint was spying with his headgear. See a small mining camp, a couple small, freshly, buildings made out of like fresh timber. You can see from the distance where the river's kind of been dammed off, and there's a decent size, I want to say pond, lake, more wetlandish, like Wasn't really a lot of space for all this water to go, but they backed it up here anyway. And as you're approaching, you do see a handful of dead folk just loitering around in the area, walking through the different buildings of this little mining camp, maybe 4 or 5 buildings altogether. What's the plan?
Yep. That's a few of them. Last time we fought that many, it didn't go so well.
That's true.
I suggest that we draw them out one at a time.
We should have bought ourselves some dynamite while we were in town, come to think of it.
Perhaps so.
I mean, this is a
Well, I mean,
mine.
yeah,
Okay.
maybe they have some. So
You gonna sneak into the mining camp and reconnoiter, see if you can find some dynamite?
It's possible.
Okay. I want, so if you're doing this and you're trying to do it sneaky, like I will want some kind of like stealth test, like an agility test.
So are we all sneaking, or are we electing someone extra special to go do that?
I'm thinking some of us that can take down a corpse at range may just be stand on by, just in case too much noise is made. As I'm limbering out my shotgun,
Yeah.
my carbine.
Yeah. So who's sneaking?
I suppose I'll snoop around.
All right. That's an agility test.
I can help with it.
All right.
I don't know if I trust myself to sneak.
All right. So Thomas, you and Mr. Man, both of you are going to give me an agility test.
I'll have my carbine out, just ready to cover them.
Okay.
Get behind some cover.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. Oof.
Thomas, you, that's good. Jake, that's not good. Luckily, Tom, with you, I was just going to combine your score and throw it up against a TC. Mr. Man, you're almost making mistakes left and right, but Tom with you is there to kind of get you back in line, keep you from being noticed.
I'm used to maneuvering
Walking
around
with
in
too
the
much
mirror.
life in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, eventually, kind of on the far end of camp, from where you came in, closer to this dam, you see a small shack painted this bright canary yellow, this heavy padlock on the front door. Painted across the door, danger, TNT.
All right.
Neat.
Let's shoot the lock off and nothing bad will happen.
I love that plan. I really do.
How about I try to finagle it open?
Okay. I would take an agility test on that. Oh, how
Well,
are you trying to finagle it open? Let's start with that.
I'm going to try to transform my arm into a crowbar so I can pry it open.
Okay. Strength test.
Well, first, I need to see if I can pass my. No, I can't even turn it into a crowbar. So.
Okay. You stick
I'm
your thumb.
just having a bad day today. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
As you try morphing your hand into a crowbar and it fails, I'll put a crowbar in your hand.
Oh, wow. It's a miracle. Thanks.
Incredible.
Mr.
Don't
Man, give me a luck
patronize
test.
me.
A luck test.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, that's a fail. God dang.
As you pry the lock off, the door swings open. You can see that there are 3 boxes in here. Each of them labeled that black stencil spray TNT. But the process, you have drawn the attention of nearby dead poke that you didn't quite realize was there, and it's moving in. It seems like it's the only one that's noticed you two. I would say the rest of you would probably, you're kind of farther back. You can see that there's one dead poke that's turned towards them and is closing in.
It's just the one. I don't want to take the shot because it might draw more.
Yeah.
So I'll wait to see if they can handle it.
Okay.
Yeah, and Dorian would kind of motion for them to come back, like lead it this way, closer to the group.
I'll start trying to do that. I'll try and kite it over.
Okay. Give me an agility test. And while Tomathew's leading it away, Mr. Man, you're gonna grab some TNT.
Great.
Yeah. Let's I'll grab a few sticks.
Okay. Yeah, you go in. The box that's on top, the lid's not nailed down, so you just open it up. You grab a couple of sticks. And luckily, Tomathew's drawing distraction because he's doing a real bad job of just leading this one. Tomathew, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay.
Okay.
5.
By the time Tomathew makes it back in range for the rest of you, he's now got 5 dead pokes following him. But Mr. Man, luckily it leaves a very clear and easy path for you to reunite with the group.
You had one job.
Yay.
So,
You said bring them over here. That's what I'm doing.
I said bring that one here.
so now what do you
Just the one.
more.
Bring the one. Not all of them. Just the one.
I've got
One.
some
You can
dynamite if
count
we
to
want
one,
to use it
can't you,
on 'em.
Tomathew? You can count to one. Please tell me you can count
I've
to
got
one.
the 5 too.
Dorian, give me a luck test.
Counted to 1 5 times.
Just the one.
Yeah, Dorian, luck test.
Oh boy.
Is that a pass? No, that was you. That is a fail.
Nope. I failed.
Your berating of Tomathew accidentally attracts another 3. You're up to 8 dead poke.
I'm a barkeep. I never pour just one.
Okay, new plan. We run and we take them with us behind, and we throw the dynamite at them and hope for the best. Everybody move now. We go.
Okay. Is that what you're all doing?
I mean, I never
Yeah,
went
I'll
that
follow
far
them and
down,
I'm
so
back.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take a few shots while they're at distance, but start backing
Same.
up with everybody.
Okay.
I'll do some lame duck shots trying to prevent movement on a couple.
All right. So you're all going to start backing up. I'm going to say before we do our initiative roll, those of you who are doing something as you start backing away, let's go ahead and get that rolled. Then we'll go into initiative if there's any left.
Okay. So, gotta remember to record. I don't think a 6
If
does
there's any
anything.
left.
I'm rooting for you. You got this.
Oof. I miss. Well, actually, hold on. What's my rate of fire? It's only 1. Nope.
Okay. Oh, Jeremy.
Deep die didn't go off, but
It's still a good shot.
Card draw was good, but bad shot.
Okay. And what was your card draw there, Mortimer?
6.
Okay. Crit with firearms, and you rolled a crit 2.
I botched my D die and my crit die.
But does strike rib cage, dealing an extra 2d4 damage.
Okay, I'll take that.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Pater, that was a miss. Mortimer, that was a hit that dealt a grand total of 8 damage. That's going to drop one of them, Mortimer.
Okay, I'll take it.
Nice.
Tater, what was your rate of fire? Was it 2?
1.
Just 1? Okay. So Tomathew, Mr. Man, Dorian, Flint, you all doing anything, or are you waiting to fall back?
I might.
Yeah.
I was gonna do my helmet again to make sure we're not getting like snuck up on or something.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good activation.
Team's not bad.
I'll
let's
try to
see
turn
here.
my hand into a big old sledgehammer.
All right.
That ain't gonna work.
Wonders contraptions. I feel your pain there, Jake. The other day I was rolling shit as well. So, Dan, you get granted extraordinary enhancement to 1 sense. You get to choose infravision, thermal vision, X-ray, low pitch hearing, high pitch hearing, something similar. And it'll last for D8 plus character level. So D8 plus 1 turns. Is that turns? Turns.
I'm trying to think of what would be useful for seeing the undead or hearing them.
You could do radar-like hearing. That way you can kind of...
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. I was like, maybe just hearing.
Yeah.
Or like smell-o-vision, so you can see the rot floating
God,
through the air.
super smell.
I don't think I want that. I feel like that's cursed.
I'll tell you what, that's a great activation there, Flint, as you're all kind of moving farther away. You do use your super hearing.
Go.
It lasts
got it
for
9 turns.
It's 9
All right.
hours.
gotta
You actually
basically be
find,
all day.
there's the sound of a couple different groups drawn by the gunfire, and you're able to kind of guide your group in a different path. So I'm not throwing any additional dead poke at you guys.
Yay.
Mr. Man, yeah, you're maybe it was the having to reconstitute yourself. Your shit's just not forming up right.
Yeah, I'm just a little too scared that I might die and have to go back underneath of a poop house. I really should have buried that barbell elsewhere.
Well, next time it
That gives you
happens,
motivation to stay alive.
yeah.
Anything but there.
All right,
So
we'll
good, though.
say you all lead them out far enough away that you don't think you're going to be getting any more. Maybe it's a small basin or something you take them in. So you're all kind of up on the high ground, and they're going to be kind of moving up this slope to get to you all, giving you a little bit of advantage. And here's where we'll go ahead and do initiative.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, Tom with you. Got a 13. Flint got a 14. Tater
That's not
got
letting
a
me
7.
change my token or put it in that way.
It's fine. I'm going to
Yeah.
manually plug it in. I don't know what's up
Yeah,
with this
good.
table, but it's not a fan. All right. Eddie got a 12, and Jake got a 10. You're all going to get to go before the dead poke. So we're going to start off. Dan, what you doing?
Fine. Since I'm not in any immediate danger yet, I'm going to start by activating my server arm, since that takes an action anyways.
Very nice. Okay, go ahead and roll it out.
Just a 9. I don't think that's good enough for anything.
No, you're going to need higher than that.
Yeah, that's a minor malfunction, so I get to use my next turn to fix it.
Yeah, it does take a full action to do that. Okay. If you were to luck that up to a 12,
I do not have a lot of that to spend.
okay. Joe.
Like it's not one of my lucky stats.
Is there one that's like particularly farther ahead than the others?
I'm going to say no. They're pretty, they've grouped together pretty tightly.
Okay.
7
I'll
of them
try
right now.
and like go to the side a bit
Okay.
so they're not, my teammates aren't shooting through me to hit them.
Okay.
And then engage that way. And then I've just got my big old door bar that I'm attacking
Oh,
with.
yeah. Nice. Okay.
All right. Run up and just hit the closest one.
Sure thing. You move off to the side to hopefully keep your party from shooting you. That is a 20 to hit, 10 damage.
Hey, there we go.
You take one out, man.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Good turn. Eddie, what do you got?
How many of them are left now?
6.
6. And they're kind of down in the basin.
Down in the basin, kind of clumped together. Tomathu is down there with them.
Good God, why is he down there?
Because he's melee.
But we have dynamite.
Dynamite is a different kind of melee.
Yeah, dynamite's the throw from further away kind of melee.
It's fine. He can
Are we
shake
going
it.
to dynamite these guys?
Well, what do you think we were?
Not anymore.
Yes.
Some of you. Why? Why again? Why do you do this to me? I swear, I would never. You are a terrible soldier. Okay, I fix. It's okay. I fix. I will summon my crows using Corvus Corax. And I will have to roll here to see how that looks. Ooh, a 4. All right. So I will trace a flaming circle in the air high above my head, which opens a portal to the abyss. Flames are crackling and stuff through the air, and just a burst of summoned ravens comes through it and immediately flies down into this little ravine and start attacking these. Now, my ravens gain 1 attack on each foe using my melee bonus. So I'm summoning them. It doesn't say whether or not they. Oh, I got to roll to see how long this actually lasts because they have multiple rounds potentially.
Yeah.
3 rounds. They will last for 3 rounds. All right.
Okay.
I'm assuming they get an attack right away when I summon them.
Yeah.
But
It's
Yeah,
an
you-
instant spell, so
Yeah.
gotcha.
Send
Okay.
Flock out. 1 attack
So I will roll
on each enemy within 10
for
feet.
1 attack on each enemy. Oh, I guess I can actually just roll. Let's see, what is mine? +3, I believe, for my attack bonus. Yeah. Okay. So I will roll my attacks to see whether they hit first, and then we'll roll some damage.
All right.
There's the first attack, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth.
Okay. So it does look like 1, 2, 3, 4 of those hit.
All right. So let's see damage now. That's going to be
D6 plus level.
+1. First damage, second damage, third damage, fourth damage.
All right. It does not drop any of them. But give me a moment here. And okay. Yeah, the crows fly out, swarm the dead poke, and do a lot of damage. None of them go down, but they all do take damage. So yeah.
Come with you. Come while the ravens do work. Come out of danger.
Okay, on my turn.
All right, Jake. What about Mr. Man?
Oh boy. I guess I'll try to turn my hand into a weapon yet again.
You got this.
Gotta believe.
Do you want to use one of our
Uh,
banked rerolls?
You know what? At this point, yes. There we go.
All right.
All right. Then I will approach one and the one that's looking in best shape.
You got
I'll
it.
attack with my ectoplasmic weapon.
Absolutely.
Why do they keep going down there? Why do they keep going to why?
Because it's fun. 8
jeez.
does not hit.
Oh well.
All right. But you've got a weapon now.
Good.
All
Am I
right.
dead yet?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tater.
Well, I as I only have one shot, I will be moving away and reloading because it takes a round to reload my one bullet.
I'll tell you what. I'll say during the time you led them away after that first shot, you could have reloaded. So
Okay, I'll take
Yeah.
another shot.
all right.
I'll take it one. Try to hit one that looks well. Try to hit the closest one to any of my fellows.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You've got Tom with you and Mr. Man down there. So yeah, absolutely. You can try and keep one of them off. your
Oh, Mr.
friends.
Man, of course, because it's Tom with you.
That's fair. All right.
My gosh, I
9.
can't roll better than a 9.
Yeah. And what's your card?
Clean shot, but a miss.
Okay. Do you want to use any luck on that 9?
How much would I need to use?
If you bump it up to a 10, that's going to be a hit.
I don't have an awful lot of luck.
And it's 2 damage.
Yeah, he's only 2 damage, so no.
Okay. Let's see. Jake, high or low?
Low.
Bert, go and roll me a percentile.
I guess it was in melee, wasn't it?
It was. Low, you're
Yeah.
fine. All right. Good save. Anything else, Bert?
Just moving away.
Alright.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Jeremy.
Now I'm also going to take a shot, but I'm going to do the opposite and shoot the one furthest away from him.
Okay.
Try to make sure it's not next to anybody in melee,
Sure.
because I've seen what happens with that. And I'll do the lame duck.
Okay. Yeah.
Do.
17, that's a good hit. What's your card?
Oh, I rolled the wrong thing. Sorry.
Oh, was that your melee roll?
Yeah, that was the wrong one. Sorry. So draw the card. 4. I don't think 4 does anything.
No.
Let me roll the actual correct prompt on my sheet.
Dead
So
die doesn't
13
pop
to
off.
hit and 8 damage.
8 damage
Excuse me,
drops one
sorry.
of them, man.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right.
Wait a minute, I actually am competent with this thing. Who knew?
Who'd have thunk it?
Sure. Just maybe.
All right. Anything else there, Tommy or Mortimer?
Nope. I don't want to get too far away.
Okay. And then the dead poke get a turn. All right. So I'm going to move this here just to kind of show how this is breaking up. So 3 of them close in around Tomatthew, 2 of them close around Mr. Man. All right. So we'll go with Tomatthew. First one swings at you. It's 11 to hit.
I have a 12.
11
So,
to hit.
Nice.
12 to hit for 6 damage.
damn.
All right. Mr. Man, first one swings. 17 for 3.
Ooh.
And then 3. So one of you takes 6. The other one of you takes 3. As they start swarming in around your friends, popping us down to Flint, or back to the top of the round with Flint.
I'm going to courageously move further away from the combat
Mm-hmm.
and try to fix my thing.
You do. That will be a repair test, I believe, and I think the DC is
Yeah.
10. Dirty
Nice.
20.
Okay.
I
fix
got
it.
that. Yeah.
All right.
Hooray. Next
Yeah.
turn I can be useful. Probably not.
We'll see. We'll see. Joe, what is Thomas
Gunslinger all over again.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a crack at one of them and then try to run away.
sure. Eight's
I don't
not
think
gonna
that hits.
connect. No. If you wanted to put 2
And
luck,
then is it only
what's that?
10 to hit?
Yeah, 10's a hit.
I don't know. My luck's already pretty low, though. I think I'll leave that.
Okay.
I'm just going to run.
All right. You swing, you miss, and you back out of melee. Eddie, what's Dorian going to do?
I'm going to let my ravens keep doing their work.
Okay.
There's 5 left, I think.
There are 5 left.
All right. I'll roll the attacks first.
Oh, that's right, because it lasts for 3 rounds. All 3 attacks hit.
It looks like 3 out of the 5, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So 1.
We got a 6,
2,
a
3
15, a
hit.
16, a 21, and a 9.
Yeah, 3 of them hit. All right.
All right. So I'll roll out damage for those 3.
Yep.
Two, 4, and 5.
You drop 3 of them. 2 remain.
Sweet.
I just like to assume that these ravens do have the nasally sound of Raymond. Ah.
That's it. That's it.
Just a whole flock of them.
Gosh. Mr. Man.
We need to summon a flock of Tim Allens instead next time.
Oh, God.
I mean, you could just
Maybe that's-
flavor it as flying monkeys. And
That's
have them
just
do that.
no, Dan. That's what the Reaper sounds like when I actually summon
God.
the
God.
Reaper itself. Is he just shows up as this giant shadowy spectral Reaper behind me and just.
It's amazing. All right. Mr. Man, what are you going to do? You got 1 on you.
Yep, bonking them.
Bonk away.
Bonk.
Tim Allen became
There
the
we go.
Reaper because the Reaper died near him.
He put on his pants.
Mr. Man, that drops that one that was next to you.
That's
Excellent.
Put
All
on the
right.
robe. The ravens will take care of the rest.
Yeah. So, Tater, 1 remains.
Well, I have to reload before I can fire.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what I can do. Instead of reloading, I will hurl my axe at it.
Oh, I
But
like
come
it.
on.
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, that is a crit.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Using
Oh.
the wrong weapon, apparently.
Oh,
Apparently so. Boom.
that's
All
too
right.
bad. That's 0. What's a 0 on the melee crit table? Well, that'll be slashing.
Probably
0.
slashing.
Yeah. Inflicts maximum damage.
Okay. Maximum damage would be D6 plus strength bonus.
Yeah, and actually,
Just-
weapon strikes true, partially reflected, inflicts max damage. The attacker receives normal damage for the weapon with no strength modifier. That's rough. Okay, so your damage.
Just 6 instead of 3.
Okay, so yeah, you deal 6 damage to that one. It actually does not drop that one. As your axe, it must have hit like back end of the head, and it bounces back, and it does strike you for 2 points of damage. Like it bounces. way
Rebounds.
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. And after that, we're gonna go down to Mortimer.
Okay.
Hey, but
Nobody's in.
I got it back.
You got it back.
It's true. And that
Good
is
catch.
impressive. Well, since nobody's in melee with it, I'll use the other shell.
Tomatthew is in melee. Oh no, Tomatthew backed out. Yeah, you're
He
correct.
backed out, right?
Backed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I ran
Right.
away.
4. I don't think 4 does anything special for
Bravely
me.
ran away.
So,
4 does not do anything special.
and we'll take a shot. Since nobody's there, wow, am I so glad nobody was there next to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is a crit. That is a
Oh.
9 on the table.
I'll use my boon from earlier to balance out that hex. And whoops. Yeah, that's
Mortimer ain't got no fingers anymore.
that could have been awkward.
Yeah, so your grip is off. The hammer comes down hard on your hand. It is going to hurt you.
It pinch. Oh no.
It pinched you for 4 points of damage. It just got the web right on your thumb somehow. And because of that, you take that 4 damage and you get a -1 die attack penalty for D6 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah. It's making the harder
Just
even
one
harder.
round. Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. 1 dead poke remains. Anything else for you though, Mortimer?
No.
All right. You've all kind
He's
of
swarmed
backed
by
off.
birds.
Swarmed by birds.
Swarmed by Raymonds.
He's gonna kind of start moving in towards you there, Dorian. Moving up the slope. It's a little,
Oh no, protect me, Raymond.
yeah. Let's see.
Ah.
Ah.
Deborah. That was his wife's name, wasn't it? Deborah.
Abra.
All right. So
There's only one left, so all the ravens are fighting over him. They're all mine, mine, mine.
Oh, that is a 14 to hit though.
Ow.
And he slams a fist into you for 5 damage.
Ouch.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
All right. And that is the end of my turn. That pops us back to the top of the round with Flint.
Since I'm really pretty useless at everything else, maybe I'll go try and a wound stitcher up Dorian here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
I think that's enough to
It
succeed.
will be, yeah.
Let's see how
let's
much
see.
you get.
That's a 12. It takes
One
a
hit
round.
die. Yeah. Oh, for
Okay.
2 rounds. Get 1 hit die for 2 rounds.
Oh, nice. I think mine's a D10, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So it does take a
Also-
round to find the wound.
Okay. So it won't be till next round he gets the benefit of it.
But then you get essentially 2 hit die.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
All right.
All
That
right.
passes it
Also,
over
I just want to
Tom.
throw out an
Yeah.
unexpected crossover. That's so Raymond.
That's good. That's good. I
Mm.
appreciate that. All right. Tom, if you're up.
All right. So have they caught up to me yet, or have they
No.
moved?
It
Their
did
turn?
move. It moved in on Dorian.
Okay. I'm gonna run at that one then, I guess.
Okay. That's the only one left.
If you get it back.
Run,
Oh, okay.
swing, see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
You
5
fucking
damage.
drop it. That is the last of the diffo. We'll move out of initiative. The wound stitcher starts working on Dorian. That's going to be 2 hit die. You'll get to recover Dorian. And as you're all there, Mortimer, like what you saw last night, after
Nice.
a moment, they starting to move again. You know, if you don't do anything, eventually they'll get back up. So
I'm just gonna use my door bar as like a mortar, just crash it
Okay.
down.
all right. Tomatthew goes to
heads.
work, cracking
Mhm.
heads, putting them all down for
Yep.
good.
Yeah. Do the same thing with my tomahawk.
Oh, very good.
Does
All right.
anybody else need some healing?
I wouldn't be against it.
I'm just gonna pop into the near real quick. So
Okay.
I'll
I'll roll for Mortimer.
Be right back after these
Ah,
messages.
No.
5's not good.
Nah, it's all right.
No,
Don't
it's
worry about
not.
it.
Luckily, it takes a full action to repair.
I can just stitch myself up, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Takes an hour, I think. Then you get a hit die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Tommyknockers are
We'll get to work on
really hard to keep
fixing the
down.
thing.
Okay. Yeah, can't heal through natural or magical means. Manually repair. Cuts must be stitched up, breaks set, holes plugged. For each hour spent repairing, you get a hit die. Allies helping
Cool.
have the time. As long as they have
Oh,
a
okay,
medically
that's nice.
related occupation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I patched myself up back to full.
Okay. Now what?
Listen,
So
see what we hear.
nothing is moving in on you guys. You've definitely got a breather moment here. Jake, do you pop back over?
Well, it depends. The DC for popping back over is 8 plus whatever difficulty you add to it based on these circumstances.
I'm not going to add any difficulty right
All right.
now.
15. Should I should make it back. then.
Okay. You disappear, you return, you're fully healed, right?
Yep.
Very cool. So, you've got 2 sticks of dynamite. What's the plan?
This time, let's actually blow some people up with them.
Yeah. Somebody else hold these. I'm not having a too hot a time today. I'm feeling a little clumsy.
Yeah, Tater takes them.
Yeah, Tater's got that thrown on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Maybe
throws
I
them
can
back
help
regularly.
us.
We'll just
Maybe I
hope
can
you
help
don't
us.
bounce the dynamite back at
Oh,
yourself.
God.
That can help us locate a group to blow up.
Uno reverse card.
So, I'll tell you what, Flint, with your super ears there, it's definitely the sound of that mining camp is where you're picking up the most action, the most movement. You can hear the sound of water out there. You can hear the crunch of some of those dead poke moving around the little camp. But another thing that you pick up as you kind of focus your hearing in that direction is the sound of a rather large group. You can hear the moans, the groans, the creaks of dead joints, and very soft ground. A lot of like slurp and suction to their footsteps.
In the mud, probably. Sounds like that's the way we want to go then.
Okay.
I mean, I don't love the idea, but we do have dynamite, and getting as many of them clustered as possible wouldn't be a bad thing. I can get down there with old Stitch, kind of run some circles, let them get close. So once they get close enough, just bolt out. That way they're all nice and clustered and following me. And then
I mean,
I
we
can
might not
outpace them
have
pretty
to.
good.
We could
It's true, we
just-
might not
yeah.
have to, but you can hear them well enough. We can get an idea for it.
Yeah.
But if we wanted to wrangle them, I'll do it.
We'll just see what we see first.
Y'all make your way
Sounds good.
back towards the camp. It's the same thing you saw before. You're a little ways outside of the camp. You can see a few dead poke around here and there, moving between the small buildings of the camp. You see the dam, the water, and the sound of the larger group of the dead poke Flint sounds like it's coming from the part of the riverbed that's dried out because of the dam.
Okay.
It's currently out of sight. You would have to close in to be able to kind of see down into that chunk of riverbed.
Okay. I guess, is there stuff in between us that we need to deal with, or is that something we can get to?
There are some dead poke moving around. If you just go straight there, they would certainly close in. And kind of being between the few small buildings of the camp would kind of put some of your ranged attackers at disadvantage.
So maybe we work through it.
You gonna fight your way through?
Maybe take a little ride up and then kind of group them up coming this way or something.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that the plan? All right. So we'll have Mortimer. Yeah.
Before we do it, I'm going to try to activate my server one more time.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So it's ready before we're in combat.
Nice. We'll get our guns reloaded beforehand and all that good
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah. All right. Not a problem.
No, it is a problem.
It is
Gosh,
a
I'll
problem.
wipe some brains off my door bar.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and, if we have a moment, I'll go ahead and activate my river right again, but this time for some protection.
All right.
2. All right. Bunch of ravens come bursting out of all the shadows around me and then
Okay.
circle around me just to protect me.
Sure. So,
Yay.
if I understand the plan correctly, Mortimer's going to head out there, kind of cut through the town, try and get all the dead poke attention, get them to follow, and then someone's going to chuck a stick of dynamite, kind of center mass, try and take them all out.
When
On
you
this
say
side,
it
at
like
least,
that,
right?
it sounds stupid.
I think it's a fine
Stupidly
idea.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I can ride the old.
It's only stupid if it doesn't work.
Exactly.
I'm hoping you'll wait until I'm out of there before you throw the dynamite.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you
counting
really
shall
won't.
be 3, no more, no less. You know.
I mean,
Oh,
page
God, I'm gonna
147 of the Weird Frontiers book does have the rules on how far away you need to be for dynamite. I know how far. Bert probably knows how far. The rest of you are going to find out.
For what it's worth, quarryman is my profession.
You would be skilled with dynamite.
So I can tell us what to do.
You would know. So
Nice.
you would know there, Flint, with
I will
that.
put the dynamite in your hands.
Yeah, with that information.
I don't know
Flint.
how to use it.
Yeah, Flint, it does a lot of damage. And the blast is like 50 foot.
Okay.
All right. Well, I hope that no one's within 50 feet of me when I drop it and we all die.
This dynamite doesn't seem to have any of them yellow danger crystals growing on it. So,
Oh, it's just when I light it and then drop
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Waiting
that's
for
a
the
I mean,
chance.
They're not
Just
finally
get-
aged.
Just getting ahead of this so that when it happens, no one's surprised.
Okay. So it sounds like we need a writing test for Mortimer
Okay.
to try and round up all these.
Which
dead
I don't know.
folk.
I don't know if he has to make those or not, since the gunslinger's horse is his trusted companion.
I think I'm automatically skilled in writing. I don't know that it necessarily
Or
means
is
that
it-
I automatically pass.
Okay, I wasn't
That's
sure.
kind of how I was taking it.
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, they're dead poke, so it's not going to be a hard test.
Yeah.
God,
Unless, do you want to use one of our rerolls? We got
Use
one
the
left.
reroll.
yeah, I really don't want to fumble riding into a town of zombies.
Okay.
How much
18,
better?
So
Way
much better. Oh my God. That would have just been the worst.
Just dead.
This mean nothing. My horse is so fast, they'll never get close to me. Oh God.
Ah!
Just immediately breaks an ankle.
Yeah.
They were waiting in ambush.
Yeah.
Right? There's that
So-
one smart zombie that's such a tripwire.
There's a snake in my boot.
Oh, thanks, Captain. Captain gave us another player reroll, so let me get that
Oh,
up.
nice.
Player reroll.
I'll probably need it for when I have to throw dynamite.
Need it for when he oops with the dynamite.
Right?
Okay.
You know what? I have a better idea.
I like
Why don't you
ideas.
just give me the dynamite? I'll light it, run it over there. Then I'll just kind of drop it and pop into the near.
Oh.
If you
That's-
think that you can do that, then yes.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, wakes up in an outhouse.
Ah, geez, I don't want to do this anymore.
Literally blown to shit.
Oh.
So, Mortimer,
Directly to shit. Do not
You-
pass go. Do not collect 200.
right around town, you gather up all the dead poke in town. All together, there's like 14 of them. And I'm going to tell you what, you roll good on that ride test. I'm going to say that you cut kind of close to the dam, and you were able to see kind of down into it. And as you do, you can see in the riverbed, there's another horde of the dead just down there, hanging out. And the two things that you see is there appears to be like an old boneyard down there. You see maybe like a dozen headstones kind of laid out in the bottom of the river.
Mm.
But all of the dead, there's this large flat rock kind of in the center of this little graveyard. The headstones are all very moss covered. Like it looks like it's been down there for ages. And this large flat stone in the center looks like work stone right off the bat. All of the dead are just lining that, facing towards the center. Just standing there around the edge of this stone. The stone's maybe like 8 feet across.
Mm-hmm.
But you take that in for a moment and then get back to your task. You round up these dead. You start leading them out of town, kind of in the direction of that your friends have pointed out to go.
Mm-hmm.
And once you kind of get them out, they're kind of huddled up. I'm going to say you probably is the plan for you to just book it and to get outside of any blast
I won't
range.
be anywhere near that.
All right. So that leaves us with the rest of you. Mr. Man could run in there, drop it, and then slip into the near. Mr. Man, I would call for a luck test just to make sure you didn't get caught by any of it, but you're slipping into the near, so you're going to heal after that anyway. So it's as long as you don't roll a 20 on that luck test, you shouldn't end up back in Shudder Valley.
Hooray.
Tater certainly has an arm. He could throw a stick in there. Flint knows dynamite. You could do something. Just what's the plan here?
It's a good
I run
question.
over, drop it.
I mean,
I'm actually
that's the fun
all right
way.
with that. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
If I was watching
And
a
it rolls-
TV show, that would look cool.
Well, we have two sticks of dynamite, right?
You've got two.
Yeah. Well, one's for
Let's
one.
save one
horde.
in reserve.
Well, I was going to say, why don't we do both ideas just to make sure one of them goes off?
It's not bad.
Well,
I
there's
mean,
there's the horde of zombies on the other side that we still.
There's-
That's way more
that's
than
true.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Well, and I will say you only have two sticks because that's all that Mr. Man picked up
We could get more.
from the dynamite closet,
Yeah.
the explosive shed. So
Oh, yeah, there's more back there.
there's 3 boxes.
It's a
Mr.
mine.
Man, each box had 10 sticks in it.
Oh Lord.
So are you going with both ideas? Tater throws a stick in, Mr. Man runs in with a stick. Is that the plan?
I'd say Mr. Man runs in, and that's the only one we do now. But
Yeah. Hold on to the other one.
Okay.
I'd be worried about actually blowing up Mr. Man before he gets there and goes into the near with his stick.
All right.
Which
So-
would be hilarious, but
It would be
Also-
hilarious.
but also inconvenient.
Yeah. All right. First, Flint, you're going to give me an intelligence test.
Okay. So far, I've been doing pretty awful.
15. That's plenty good.
Good
This
enough.
intelligence test was to judge the right amount of fuse. So that way you all can light it. Mr. Man runs in. And by the time that Mr. Man pops and drops it, he'll have just a moment to pop over into the near. So the fuse timing is good.
Running
Mr.
there, holding it like a torch.
Yeah, like that scene from Lord of the Rings when they're
Legolas, take him down.
yeah. Mr. Man, you're going to give me a luck test.
All righty.
We have rerolls.
We have a
Yes, we
reroll.
do.
Oh,
Hey.
baby.
Oh,
Perfect.
look at that.
And if I remember correctly about your class, you do not have to roll to pop into the near, right? That's natural for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
that's
to roll
perfect.
across back to the land of the living.
Yeah, it is.
Somehow we made the right decision.
It is a beautifully executed plan. You run in. They don't even realize this. You kind of just barrel into the center of this horde. And as you feel hands closing in around you, you drop the stick and you slip over into the near. And all of you witness this explosion as bits of meat chunks of limb just go whoosh, 50 foot all directions. Mr. Man, as you pop
Yay.
over to the near, you watch this kind of explosion unfold in the strange way that you witness the material from the near. As all of these dead, and also tell you this, another thing, Mr. Man, as these dead explode near you, you can kind of see their, like, the little tatters of spirit that they would have left all just immediately start like zipping over towards that dam.
Ooh.
Yeah, they are destroyed. Mr. Man, what do you do next?
Oh, well, I'll try to cross back over to the land of the living.
Perfect. Go ahead
Okay,
and roll
boom.
that out.
13 over 8.
You do.
Nice.
Okay. And that does take us to time. So everyone reconvenes. A horde of dead folk have been thoroughly destroyed. There's still the horde that Mortimer saw down at the bottom of the river. Mortimer, I'll give you a moment. Why don't you explain at least what you saw to the rest of your party here?
I don't really understand exactly the why of it, but there's some bit of worked stone, like not just natural. Something's off about it, and all these other dead folk are like lying, just circling around it, facing inwards at it, like not coming towards Olive Rod noise. Something's weird and important to them at that spot. Somebody's done some hoodoo or something.
Yeah. All right. And I'll let you all think about what you're going to do next over the next 2 weeks.
Dynamite. In the
Dynamite.
middle of that hoodoo.
Drink and dynamite.
Yeah, more dynamite. Everybody gets 10 sticks.
Everyone gets 10 sticks. That's
Yeah, so did we just
many.
clear them all out of the mining camp?
Yeah.
So we can just casually
some.
go get as much dynamite as we want.
There are 28 sticks of dynamite in that shed.
I'm thinking we may
Not
need
quite.
to just collapse the dam and flood in around what's left.
Usually that's not a good idea, but it could be a fun idea.
I'm just saying, I'm not worried about it because dynamite's just as dangerous to all of you
Yeah,
as it is to whatever you're attacking.
I'm just saying in
Yeah,
another weird
but
way.
we have the
game.
perfect demolition man.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be anywhere near 28 sticks of dynamite on a regular basis.
Mm-mm.
Could be worse. Could be 28 sticks of sweaty dynamite.
Yeah.
Well, that's just a matter of time.
All right. Let's close this out. Let's do some plugs, then we'll get out of here. Bert, what do you got happening, man?
Well, once again, go ahead over to Kickstarter. Check out the module Last Stop Perdition. It's the next module for Weird Frontiers official. It's by David Beatty. Well, it's from his publishing company. Steve Bean is the writer. We're about 6,000 to the 8,000 goal. We've got a lot of time left on it, but there's only two stretch goals. The first one is a traditional print copy, which is going to look much nicer than a drive-through print on demand. And the last stretch goal is a second whole adventure that is it gives you two different feels. The first one's a little cerebral. It requires you to talk to folks as well as shoot folks, and the second one is a little bit more straightforward. But both very good modules. It'll be great if we can get both of them funded.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Very
Other
cool.
than that, my own channel, Tuesday, Werewolf's 20th anniversary edition is continuing. And Fridays, we're doing an Immortals campaign with the basic expert Dungeons and Dragons, some old school D&D there. And Cyberpunk Red next Thursday.
Very cool. Very nice. Jeremy, what do you throw out there?
Aaron Reese on Patreon, comics, maps, tokens, fun stuff. Check it out.
Yeah, let me get the link for that. All right. Joe, why don't you say things?
Yeah. Fridays on Defenders of Kobold, I'm running a game called Anvia, which is a game system I make in high fantasy, narrative, fun stuff, dragging people through it for our first playtest. almost done with our first campaign. It's been going well.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Very cool. And then I'll throw it out for the rest of the DOK crew. Every Wednesday, we're doing our Night Below campaign using Dungeon Crawl Classics on our YouTube channel. All of our videos end up there, along with our our Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign that John's running us through, Punks in a Powder Keg. Yeah, it's good stuff. I don't know. That's all I got. Anyone else got anything else?
Like pushing us through.
Yeah, we are very good at avoiding plot.
Aggressively so.
Mm-hmm. It's a skill. Anyway, anyone got anything else they want to throw out there? No? All right. Later. Yeah.
Later.